know, in the name for this live, I call this live Become a Prosperous and Vibrant Energy Healer. So, as you may know or may not know, we have a energy healing certification program coming up. In fact, our first class is going to be in about a week, and we're going to have a webinar this coming up this Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific. So if you are curious about the webinar, if you want to join us, comment below. I would love to hear. I want more information, or and then we can update this live up here and share information about the webinar. So good to see you here too, Karen. Long time. So I wanted to talk about two things in this live. Number one, for you to make sure to save your seat for the webinar. In this webinar, we're gonna share about our global healing certification program, where you're going to learn not only how to do 101 energy healing to help others, clear what are they holding in their body that is sabotaging them, to moving forward in life with better health, prosperity, and making sure they create their dreams and their reality. So the training, you're going to learn that, and you're also going to learn how you can access the Akashic records of a group of people and deliver powerful group healing sessions. And if you participated in my Akashic clearings, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you're welcome to join. Check it out on my YouTube. There's tons of Akashic clearing sessions there, and the sessions will help you to release what it is that you're holding in your body that the ego is using to hold you back, right? So if you have not created the prosperity that you desire in your life, if you're not happy where you are in your job, it's probably because it is because you create that. So, and we create that based on our agreements and the decisions you make in life. And pretty much you hold all that, those beliefs and those emotions in your body. And when you're about to shift, when you are taking action in what you want, your ego will strategically look into your energy system, and is going to pull out the cards. Hey, you can't do that. See, when you try and didn't work it out, and hey, you can't do. Who are you to trying to do this and all that stuff? So we end up sabotaging ourselves from fully living our brilliance, from tuning in with our soul purpose and really sharing the gifts that we are meant to share with the world. And it makes me really mad to see so many brilliant healers, amazing, healers that end up stopping doing, that beautiful work because they have to get a job, because they could not create a prosperous and vibrant a business around their gifts. So I want to invite you to join me on this webinar, if that's you, for this Friday. It's 9 a.m. Pacific, where we're going to look at what it is that, what is behind all that, and how you can shift that so you can move forward in your life and no longer attract that kind of energy for you. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about on this webinar is, really, Karen, I know I've been missing you. I haven't seen you in our lives. However, though, Facebook is changing a lot, the algorithm, and I've been hanging out on Instagram. I must say, I'm actually falling in love with Instagram those days. There was, for a long time, there was kind of like there, but I'm actually putting having a lot of energy on Instagram and having fun there. So for those of you that are here that have not followed us on Instagram, make sure to join us. It's a lot of fun, and we are I'm going to start doing a lot of giveaways and fun stuff on Instagram. I'm putting some energy there too, so make sure to join us. The only bummer is that Instagram, you can't do those lives, so it's there is that 1 minute thing. So anyways, yes, come on over and say hi. So the other thing I want to talk to you guys about is I was just delivering today our Intuition Deep Dive program. in Portuguese? And that was a great question that I always love. I'm a manifesting generator, so I love when questions come because that's when the brilliance comes and the answer comes. So one of my students was asking about, how do I know? And this is a great question. When you start to develop your intuition and information starts coming through, right? Your intuition starts connecting with you. How do you know is your intuition, and how do you know is the voice of your mind, the voice of your ego, right? And how to make that distinction. So a good rule, a good rule is to, especially when you start to develop your intuition, is to understand that in the beginning, your intuition is going to communicate with you with what is natural to you, like the channels that you already use it to access your main, is going to come through your hearing, through your, and many times is going to come as a thought, right? Your intuition, the same thoughts that will come you and is going to stop you from what you want to create are also, it's in the beginning, it's hard for you to distinguish, okay, so who is that, my intuition, or is the voice of my ego? So the first step is to continue your practice, regardless if you're learning with me, if you're intuition deep dive, or if you're going through our Akashic Records programs, or if you're learning elsewhere, whatever technique you are learning to develop your intuition, first thing you have to do is to understand that intuition is a muscle. So the more you use, the stronger it gets, right? So understanding that intuition is like a muscle, and it's a practice, and that there are techniques that I teach in the Intuition Deep Dive program and in other programs where you learn the technique and you continue practicing, and the more you practice, easier and easier is to to tune in and to receive information. Hold on, my phone just rang. So again. So the practice is the first part. Then the second part, like, how do you know if is the voice of the ego or the voice of your higher self, of your intuition, right? So first thing is to tune in to how you feel when you receive the information. If when you tune in, the information comes with judgment, if the information comes with fear or anxiety, or any of those like low vibration energy, it's not the voice of your higher self, right? Because if there is duality, like any of low vibration energy, it's of course is the voice of the ego, and the ego uses those low vibration emotions to keep you stuck, to keep you where you are, right? If you let's say if you was in some sort of situation, business situation, work situation, family situation, that someone betray you, next time you have an opportunity to open yourself up to opportunities, people, relationships, and you have that hurt from being betrayed, anytime you're opening up to maybe hiring someone else in your team, your ego will be like, bright red light, hold on, last time we trust someone, this happened, right? And then makes you doubt yourself, makes you delay, the expansion that you're ready to receive. For example, if you're hiring someone for your team, right? So understanding that whenever the information comes to you with fear, attachment, sadness, it's, of course, is not the voice of your higher self. What is the difference? When you receive inspiration, call this person, do this, right? Do this Facebook Live right now. Someone needs to hear this right now, right? So the more you follow these kind, soothing messages and you take actions on it, the more you're going to experience more and more confirmations of those little actions, right? So what happens is, from birth, we start receiving no, and you start, learning about limits. and you stop trusting the guidance that comes to you. My body is dying. And you start doubting yourself, right? So you start shutting down the part of you that knows, that trust, and that is always present, right? So simple. When the information comes, you can stop, you can tune into that. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling trust. I'm feeling present. Then it's coming, the intuition is coming from your higher self. And that's the ones that is supposed to take action on it. If the doubt comes, the worry comes, is the ego mind. And, starting understanding that anything that comes, any idea that comes, based in fear, based in lack, based in any of those low vibration, it's there to show you a contrast of what's happening at the time. However, it's also there to show your power, to show you that if you're used to feel those contraction emotions, the opposite, it's also available too. So that's what I wanted to share, like this really, nuggets that came today in the class. And it's very important to, may this be for you like a reminder that for you to start noticing your thoughts, and of course, noticing that whenever a thought of fear shows up, whenever, anything that brings you out of alignment, may that, instead of you worry about that and allow other worry thoughts to come up, may that be a reminder. May that be a reminder that if that came up, the opposite is also available. So, that's an opportunity to tune into your higher self and be open to that part of you to bring the wisdom that you need. If you are completely new on that, there is something that I offer. It's along with the video in this page. I think it's in the about page. It's called Unlock Your Intuition in 7 minutes a day, and you can find it on my site too. If you can't find it, let me know. But it's basically a simple 7 minutes MP3 where I run you how you can clear your energy from those blocks, from anything that is not real, not true about you, and you can start tuning into your higher self and start to develop your intuition. So, hi Kai. Kai said, I always wanted my Akashic Records read. You're in the perfect place. I offer sessions. I have amazing students that went through our Akashic Records certification program. So send us a message. We'll be happy to share a page where we have our graduate students. And also we teach Akashic Records. We just finished a class last week. The next class is going to come next month after the Akashic group clearing training that is going to start soon. So thank you for being here. I trust you enjoy what is coming here, and you're going to pay attention on your thoughts. Start noticing whenever a thought comes, is that coming out of lack or is coming of abundance? It's coming from abundance. If something that is going to lift you up and lift others up, that is the voice of your higher self. So have a beautiful week, and make sure to join us Friday for our webinar. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.